I love it. That's a lot of bees. That's awesome.
You have to put a.
This is.
Did you put a super on it?
Yeah, well, yeah, second deep.
Well, you have it. Oh, you don't have a second deep on that.
No, this is what I'm doing.
Okay, so you're doing that right now.
So you don't even bother with the smoking? Only if they're agitated?
More often than not. I mean, I usually do. Oh, that's nice. That looks so nice. I love it.
Now, is this the one that has the new babies in it?
This is not. This is.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one I've requeened 5 times.
Oh my.
Sure, that's a good idea.
So I want you to see this. Okay.
Isn't that beautiful?
Now, honey, capped brood. This is the baby. See inside, you see the larva?
Yeah.
See the larva here?
Yeah.
If you look, like right inside that particular one right there,
Yeah.
you see the little egg in there?
I gotta look.
It's a little teeny white speck.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
That's an egg.
Oh.
That's what I was looking for when I came back.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, when they fill that all up and entirely with brood, they end up putting the honey in a separate gizmo, right?
Yeah.
Now, these guys right there are eating honey or putting it in?
They may be putting nectar in. They may be, what they do.
Head first.
See, these go in. They use the nectar to feed the babies.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
So they'll take that, and they'll bring it over to these, to the larva, and they have to feed the larva. The larva needs something to eat.
Now, what do they fill the whole thing up, the larva up with honey and then cap it, or do they feed it after they hatch?
They feed it as they go because the larva still needs some food as it grows.
Yeah.
So this is what I never had before. Is all of this.
You never had that?
Well, no. Earlier this season.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. All this my hive looked like was this.
Oh.
It didn't have any capped brood.
Oh.
So I just brought one frame over, but all of my frames now
Yay.
have capped brood.
In that?
Yay!
That's really good.
And they have little eggs in them. So that's what's huge. It's huge. So this is this hive now makes me very happy. And each one of these frames has bees on it that look like this or more.
Yep.
So one of these frames in here has the queen on it.
Mm-hmm.
But see, as long as it looks like
look at
see all
that.
dark,
Wow.
those are all babies. Now, in a couple of days, these are all going to hatch. Guess what's going to happen? This thing full of all these bees,
Yep.
they need a place to go.
So then you build the second floor.
So what I'm doing right now, so I don't need to really get stupid in here because everything I see in here is exactly what I want. Okay, I got lots of bees. I still have space here.
Yep.
See, so if the queen runs out of space, she can come right over to this one and she can start laying eggs in here. There are no eggs in here that I see.
Yep.
So she's still got plenty of space, but what my fear is when all of those babies hatch.
Mm-hmm.
See, and then when those hatch, she'll go right back in there and she'll start working on those again. She'll start filling them again. But what I want to do is I want them to have a place to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I put this on right now. That's all I care about seeing in there. Everything's happy. That's backwards now, but I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Now the cork is for?
In the winter, I usually face this the other way, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, facing south. But in the winter, if snow were to get all built up, I can pop that out and they have a way to get out.
Cool. And the straps are for animal proofing?
Yeah, if a everybody laughed at me when I built this, all the beekeepers.
They laughed at,
They laughed at my whole thing. If a bear gets in here,
yeah. That's spectacular.
okay, you cinch this, I don't care, let them go. I don't care. This thing is bear proof. And if I'm gonna do it, why don't you just do it once
Oh, yeah.
and be done with it?
Right. Rather than saying next year, next year.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I wish I'd done, so this thing,
This is your,
this is my just little design.
that is a wonderful
And
thing.
it's just like, Jody came, my mentor, she came and she's like, what the hell did you do? And I said, Jody, it was like the pressure treated was left over from a job. I said, I went out and I spent money on the block.
Yeah.
I drove,
Compared to cinder blocks, what a difference, you know?
and I was like, yeah, I mean, seriously, this is like,
That's so
I
great.
can't move it.
That's awesome. Push it back. Push the little top back.
Oh, that's it.
That is so cool. That is great. I love it.
So if a bear, whatever, decides to come in here,
Yeah.
it's like, screw you, asshole. I don't really.
Now, was the pad already there? Did
No,
you?
I dug this into the hill. I put the railroad ties in. I put this
Now, why did you decide to do that instead of just like putting it right here?
winter time,
Yeah.
cold wind,
Okay.
bad thing.
Good.
Bad for bees.
Yeah.
Cold wind is bad for bees.
Yeah.
So what I did is I tucked it into the hillside here, because northwest, right there.
Yeah,
So
good.
the wind blows over. They're low. It gets sun.
That's
They're
great.
protected.
Nice.
I mean, if you're gonna do it.
Yeah. That's really great.
So this one, on the other hand, let's. Hi, girls. Tell me you're doing something in here, please. So what I did is I gave these girls all drawn comb, okay? So that they didn't have to work. This was my package
Yep.
that I got, and I can't get a queen. So what I'm doing here is I'm just looking for a queen cell.
Do you have any idea how they make the drawn cone?
They create wax. I don't know how they. Oh,
Jackpot?
see that right
Yep.
there? There's a queen cell, and it's capped.
A queen cell, as in the baby's going to pop out of there, be a queen.
Okay, that is a queen cell right
Wow.
there. So they're trying.
Neat.
All right, they're trying.
Oh, that's really cool.
And there is, see, this is some of the capped brood that
Yeah.
this might have just had eggs and they've now capped the brood, but this is one of the frames I stole with bees. So that's a good sign there, because they want a queen.
And is the survival rate fairly high?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I can't get a.
So far it hasn't been. But have they tried before?
Another one.
Oh, so they do multiple ones and then just kill off the weaker one.
Oh, that's what you're asking, yes. That's what I'm looking for.
So they do multiples
They'll do
and see which one works.
the first one out.
And whoever's bitchiest wins and the others are all
The
gone.
first one out. So the worst case scenario now is I will go into that hive and take. Okay, so I got two. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Now, are these bees compatible with each other or would they kill each other? Being so
They-
close, they must.
Well, think about it. What I did, Warren,
Yeah.
is I went over to Greenfield. Now these bees won't go into that hive even though it's right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But will they kill the other one if he comes over?
So if they try and go in, yeah, there are protector bees,
Yeah.
and they're not compatible that way, but those frames that I showed you out of the middle here
Yeah.
with I went over to Greenfield. I pulled frames out covered with bees, and I dropped them right into the middle of this hive. Okay? So, are they compatible? Not so much, but they're okay. You can do it. And that's what I was saying, when I dropped those bees into there that were on that frame.
But they're going to be alive this afternoon.
I can't promise that they're going to make it.
But the bees who just came along for the ride, you were going for the hive itself because of the egg in it.
Well, yeah, and they were already working on their, there were already bees in there that were taking care of that brood.
Yeah.
So that was important because I wanted them to keep taking care of their brood.
Yep. Have you had a bear poke around yet?
I haven't. The skunk was right in our backyard last night. And all of them they all want.
Yeah. Now I heard that, I've always heard that bears like the bees more than the honey.
The bears want all that, the larva.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll eat the honey, but they don't care about the honey.
Yeah.
They want, the protein is in
The larva.
the larva.
Yeah.
It's just where
Now skunks, would skunks bother you?
they'll skunks, raccoons,
Anything.
chipmunks,
Chipmunks?
mice, they all go in, and
How do they survive? A mouse. I mean, you think about it, the hundreds of bee stings.
they go in there in the wintertime because the bees, that's what they use generally in the wintertime. They'll go in, and which is more often than not, in maybe a month I may open that hole up to about this size.
For ventilation?
Well, the thing is with mine
Yeah.
is underneath here. If you come up here in the back, don't touch that fence. In the back, you see those holes?
Yeah.
Above that, just above that, is a piece of hardware cloth. So the whole bottom of my hive is wide open.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I bought it because I did a whole, when I was going to do it, I read up on everything that you could do. And it was like, and the first 2-inch space that you see above that hole is a slatted rack. So there's a ton of space underneath, so that they can come in, they can land, they can crawl around. There's a ton of space underneath. There's tons of ventilation. The rocks that were in there were for ventilation.
I saw that.
The top off. The other one actually has a hole cut in it, but this allows them to get the air to move. It makes them happy. So as I said, when I did this, I'm like, if I'm gonna freaking do this, I'm gonna do it one time. I'm gonna get everything that I possibly can own.
Yep.
And I'm going to.
That's great.
So I did everything.
But so the mice, they can go in, sneak up.
The mice will go through that little hole in the front, and because it's 100 degrees in.
Oh yeah, it's warm.
And they're like, oh, we'll nest on the side, and we'll be in here, and it's 100 degrees, and we can eat the bees, we can eat the honey.
Whenever we need to.
We can eat whatever we want to.
And the bees don't end up attacking because they're there. They probably smell like them after a while.
If they go in at the right time, you can go in, and they'll totally encapsulate a mouse with propolis and beeswax, and you can go in there and it's like a freaking mummy. It's a mummified mouse inside your hive. You just don't want them to go in. It's just bad. But
so the mice take a risk.
It's a risk. It's 50-50. You got a shot. You want to go in. If the bees are pissed and they're active, they will kill that freaking mouse. They will sting it to death. And that's the other thing. That's the other reason why you put it up off the ground, because if a raccoon or a skunk or whatever is trying to get into your hive, they got to get up on their hind legs, and it opens their bellies up.
Woo!
And if you want to, think about it. It's like, okay, you want to piss them off? Go for it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So what, are you taking movies while